Hello. I just wanted to do a quick update for all my friends and family in the US. Um, I think one of the hardest parts about living abroad is communication, especially because I'm living in Asia. We're on different sides of the world, so the time zone is completely flipped, and it's very hard to keep communication with friends and family. So I figured this would be an easy way to kind of tell everyone a little bit about what's going on. Um, so I'm currently living in Taipei, Taiwan, which is not Thailand as many people think, and we're also not part of China. So just address that question. um, it's been really interesting. I moved here for my master's degree and I graduated in June. And after I graduated, COVID-19 was kind of in the full swing. So it's been really interesting seeing how my American friends have been handling it and how our country's handling it. In Taiwan, we haven't had any closures or any lockdowns or anything because we're a more protected country. We're also a lot smaller, so it's easier to handle. But it's been a huge blessing or advantage to be in Taiwan because my life hasn't been as affected by COVID-19 as some of my friends who have either lost their jobs or unable to find jobs after graduating. So I'm extremely thankful to be in Taiwan for that reason. Also, just not being in America in general, to anyone who wants to travel abroad, I would totally recommend it. No matter how scary it is, it's been the most amazing experience for me personally. Just getting outside of the American mindset and learning how to live in a different culture. And I think part of that is like being open minded to actually live in a different culture. Because a lot of people go abroad and they just want to, like, first of all, if you're going to a foreign language country, non native English speaking, you have to learn the language. Like, I cannot understand people who go abroad and just speak English everywhere if they're from America. I think learning the language is part of the biggest reason to go abroad and to learn about a different culture. So, just tell you a little bit about being a foreigner in Taiwan. College is really different here. It is much more focused around your community rather than your actual like education. So it's more about connecting with people who are in your industry and stuff like that. So it's very different than the US. To me, my experience has been very different. The work life here is extremely intense. I will just say intense. I know people who work till 10, 11 p.m. every single day, and the pay is not great here, I would say, for local companies. Typically, they pay around $5 to $10 per hour. Of course, it's salary, but it breaks down to $5 to $10 an hour. So, for me right now, my work is teaching English, which pays a modest $25 to $30 an hour, which is obviously much better. But I think it's been one of the hardest challenges is coming out of a master's degree and then just teaching English when my master's degree is international business. I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate that, and especially having to compromise my salary in order to find a job that I really like because I'm not an English teacher. I don't like really teaching English, but I've just kind of fallen into it because I am from an English speaking country and there is such a high need in Taiwan for English teachers. A lot of people who come to Taiwan end up just being English teachers because the salary is so much higher than local Taiwanese salary. But hopefully I will be able to, eventually move away from English teaching and go towards my degree, something international business related. And then as far as daily life goes, we're so blessed to live in such a convenient place. I would say Taipei, which is the capital of Taiwan, is extremely convenient. We have buses running 24/7 from every street corner. We have the MRT. We have the high speed rail, which can get you from the north side of the island to the south side of the island in just an hour or two. Um, we have convenience stores that are so much better than in America. They're open 24 hours like American stores, but they actually provide everything you need, such as like printing, mail services, bill paying, food, like hot food, good hot food, not like shit hot food in America. Um, I think it's just a great place to live as a young adult. But I think one of the challenges is that you don't have a lot of the amenities that you would have in America. So it's very it's very comparable in the way that there's convenience everywhere. Everything is convenient. But it's also very different in that you don't have, for example, when I was living in California, we were like a 10-minute drive to the beach. Okay, well, in Taipei, you're in a huge valley where there's no beach nearby. It takes at least an hour to 2 hours to drive to the beach. And of course, my family in Colorado is probably thinking, well, at least you have a beach, right? But it's also, we can't really fly to a lot of locations very easily right now, of course, because of COVID. But before that, it's just a weird place to fly out of. You have to always transit through somewhere else. For example, you'd have to go through Hong Kong or through Bangkok or through Beijing or through Tokyo. So it's a very interesting place because Taiwan is so small. We have big airports, but it gets really pricey to fly direct. And so the last thing I just wanted to say is it's really hard. The hardest thing for me has been maintaining my long distance friendships and my long distance family relationships. I wish that I was able to fly home, every 3 months or something, which was originally my plan. But at this point, it just seems like it's less and less possible with everything happening with COVID. So I just figured, I would give it a shot to give everyone a video about how things are going over here. And I'll try to keep you guys updated as anything changes or develops, but hope you guys can keep in communication with me as well. Love you guys. Bye bye.